And it
Mm.
takes longer to sell ideas, but once you do that, there's a lot more broad support.
Now, when you're starting to create this leadership development program, you're noticing what the gaps were within manufacturing that that you didn't have previously, and then you brought in this, like you mentioned, the succession planning and how that feeds into the development process for the next generation, almost kind of leaning back to that systematized comment that we had for values, but it's also systematizing the leaders that you want to create, right? And how to
Mhm.
kind of have that pipeline moving forward. So you identified the gaps. You found that emotional intelligence was the core part that was missing that you wanted to implement. And what were some of the learnings that you had from maybe the first couple times that you tested that out, the first couple times that you worked with the leadership team in teaching emotional intelligence? Like, what were the best ways that helped it actually land with the leader and put it into practice versus
Yeah.
maybe it missing the mark?
Well, one of the great things about Gore and being kind of a lattice organization where the hierarchy is not stressed, they wanted to make sure that people felt empowered to talk to anybody they needed to. One of the great things about that is it requires it doesn't really attract a hierarchical leader that is just making decisions and barking orders, but it attracts a leader that sells ideas. And it
Mm.
takes longer to sell ideas, but once you do that, there's a lot more broad support. You're not doing the thing because somebody told you to, but because there's merit there. So I did a lot of work in sharing data and promoting the value of growing emotional intelligence and having those conversations before I actually even undertook the process of teaching emotional intelligence.